Hey everybody, Cypher here with some more Master Duel content for you guys, this time featuring the True Draco list that I showed you guys earlier. I was sick for a good while, so that's why you guys haven't seen any more new content lately, but now that I'm healthy, we're back in business. So thanks for all your support, guys. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this one. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the replay. Alrighty, so getting into the replay here, I'm going to be playing True Draco, and I believe I go first in this? Should be going first. Yes, yeah, I am going first. So, in my opening hand, I've got the Majesty Maiden, Diagram, Disciple, Solemn Judgment, and Skill Drain. So this is a really good going first hand, especially because we have the Diagram. So with this type of hand, what I believe what I'll go for is an upstart play with the True Draco Heritage. So I'm going to set my Disciples, destroy it with Diagram, and add Heritage. So then this way I have optimal tribute fodder for Majesty Maiden, and this will replace itself by drawing me a card. So I'm going to activate Heritage to draw myself a card. That draws an Ignis, so that changes the play a little bit. I'm going to summon Ignis because I prefer, with the hand that I have right here, I prefer getting another one of the a True Draco spell. So I'm going to summon the Ignis Heat that I drew, and then I'm going to set my background and pass. At this point, I don't know what my opponent is playing yet, but he sets a card and then reveals Cursed Eldland, so I know he's on Eldlich, so this is really good. I'm not going to lie, when I saw the Cursed Eldland, I probably had a smile on my face at that point, because the matchup for that is really favorable. So he starts with Cursed Eldland. I'm going to chain the Ignis Heat to get myself another copy of Disciples. And the reason that I add Disciples here is because it's going to be live if my Ignis Heat is dealt with, because I'm going to have the 2 spells in the grave and the Ignis Heat to be able to draw 1 off of this, so very good in this scenario. So he resolves Eldland, pay 800, searches Conquistador. Now he's going to use Lord here and target one of my back row, which is interesting, because I think he should have sent my Ignis Heat, but he probably thought that he could beat it over by battle, but probably didn't read Diagram. He doesn't know what that does. But you'll see in a moment here, he adds Eldlich and special summons it back. And then, now see, yeah, this is probably where he made that mistake, not realizing that Eldlich can't actually destroy this by battle, which is another reason that Diagram is really good against this deck. And so I'm just going to take the 800, and I still keep my True Draco monster. He probably realized he screwed up then. So, ends his turn, he's going to set the Eldlixir, don't care about that. Literally nothing that he does to me is going to really affect me. So I start here and I draw Dinomight Knight, and this is a really good draw against this deck because there is a Holy Trinity against the Eldlich that you can get to just by opening Dinomight Knight. Because once it gets you your other 2 cards, you get that trifecta that pretty much destroys this deck. So I'm going to start by activating my Disciples. He chains the Conquistador. Now I have Judgment set, and you might think it might be worth negating this Conquistador, but in my head I thought, it's like, well, I mean, if he trades for Diagram, I don't really care because I have everything that I need. If Ignis Heat resolves and gets me the spell card, it's fine. If he destroys this, I'm okay with that even, because Heritage will just replace it. And if he pops Disciples, that's okay too, because Ignis Heat will replace that, and it's going to pop in one of his back rows. So there's really nothing that I'm afraid of that Conquistador could destroy, so I'm not going to flip Solemn Judgment on that. So instead I'm just going to chain Ignis. Makes it valuable in this case. Now he flips Skill Drain. Normally, don't really give a shit about this card, especially if especially if we have our setup, but I need this to go through, so I'm definitely going to use my Solemn Judgment on the Skill Drain. Yep, gonna pay half my life to negate that Skill Drain, definitely worth. So, Skill Drain's gone. Ignis Heat will resolve, so I'm gonna fetch Heritage here. And then Conquistador resolve. He is going to, of course, pop Diagram. That's okay. So I make the call here to tribute my Ignis Heat. This way, because it's already used its effect, and Heritage will get me an extra draw here in just a moment, because I send it away. So here I'm going to use Disciples to recycle 3 first, because if I tributed it for Maiden, I won't be able to get that draw. So I'm going to use that to recycle. Recycle 3 cards, draw. Waterfall is okay. I tribute Disciples for Maiden. It's going to target a back row, his last card, which was the Eldlich, which we knew. And he's forced to chain it here, and then that's going to give me the free trigger on Dinomight Knight, and that's one step closer to his doom, because I get Apocalypse. And Apocalypse just destroys this deck. They have no way of competing against it. So I'm going to activate Heritage, which draws me 2 cards, because I sent the Ignis and the Spell earlier. And then after that, I'm going to use the Apocalypse to destroy Heritage. That halves everything on his side of the board, which means my guys get in and make quick work of his monsters. And I have 2 Waterfall here, so that kind of sucks, but it's okay, honestly. I mean, if I have Apocalypse and a Tribute Summon Dinomight Knight against this deck, I'm pretty much guaranteed to win at this point. So nothing really worrisome here. In the end phase, he's going to trigger his Wakero, which is good for me, because I haven't triggered Maiden yet, so Maiden will just add another card. Add Ignis Heat, since I have everything in rotation. He sets Eldlich, so play passes over to him. Probably going to have to start his turn by summoning Lord, which is perfect for me, because I'm just going to trigger Dinomight Knight. And then that's going to get me the final piece of the Trifecta, which is the True King's Return. So we now have our triangle that beats his deck, basically. Because Return can keep bringing back Dinomight Knight infinitely, and Apocalypse will make his monsters infinitely smaller. So here he goes to battle. For some reason, he does Sanguine in the battle phase to, for whatever reason, I'm not sure why. So I'm just going to trigger my Maiden to get myself a search. And that's going to resolve. That fetches another copy of Dinomight Knight. He resolves, he gets Conk. So now, after he's declared the attack, I'm just going to use Apocalypse, destroy the Maiden since I don't need it anymore. That makes his Eldlich smaller, and he's pretty much dead at this point, because he can't do anything about the Apocalypse. So Return is going to fetch Maiden in the end phase here, and then I'm going to use Waterfall to send the Maiden and a copy of Dinomight Knight to draw a lot of cards. And that's pretty much game for my opponent at this point, and there's really nothing he can do. So I'm just going to make True Draco plays here and see what he does. So I'm going to start by activating Heritage. He flips over Conquistador, which triggers my Dinomight Knight. And he flips over Scarlet, so I mean at this point it doesn't really matter. If he pops anything here, they all get replaced. Like he's so screwed at this point. There's really nothing he can do. So Chain's resolving. I'm going to activate another Apocalypse in case he destroys it. So he's going to destroy my Dinomight Knight, which doesn't matter because Heritage is going to count that, and then it will be replaced once I draw a card. I'm going to use Return to revive Maiden. I'm going to use Heritage to tribute summon my Return. Return pop his Lord. Heritage to draw 2 cards. Tribute summon itself to to summon Dinomight Knight. Heritage will trigger to destroy his Conquistador, which is a monster, but at the same time is still considered a trap, so it can be destroyed by Heritage. And then I'm going to use Apocalypse to destroy the other Apocalypse, which will trigger that Apocalypse to destroy the Conquistador. And then I'm going to attack him for game. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for the replay, guys. Hopefully it's a good showcase for how True Draco just absolutely destroys Eldlich. Thanks for watching, and again, if you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more content like this. Take care, guys, and have a good one.